Hi, and welcome to the Boulder Rotary Club Friday meeting. Linda Davidson is going to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance and the four-way test, among other things.
Are we ready? The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And now we'll do the four-way test. A four-way test of the things we think, say, and do. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
And now you can be seated unless you are a guest or a visitor. Remain standing so Linda can come around and help you get acknowledged.
So I have Nancy Stalker here.
Hi, I have a very new friend that I met in the lobby who wanted to come to a Rotary meeting, Terrence Steinberg, and he has a really interesting story. He was teaching EMT in Venezuela and Bolivia, and has been a scholarship recipient for international studies. And his latest thing is the United World Challenge, where he's going to row this boat, it's a picture of it here, across from the Canary Islands to Antigua. And he's going to start in January. And I would recommend that you look up the picture on www.unitedworldchallenge.org.
Very cool. And Yancy has a number of guests you'd like to introduce.
Yes. Actually, I have two just fascinating groups here today. Two outstanding high school students from Boulder High. And also, after them, we'll be introducing a wonderful group from the State Department's Open World. Red Ertl, who is the president of the Boulder-Dushanbe Sister Cities. This is a whole contingent from the State Department's Open World program. First of all, I'd like to introduce these two wonderful Boulder High students, Lucy Braymiller and Kaya Van Zandt, and they will just take a moment and tell you a little bit about themselves.
Hi, I'm Kaya. I'm a senior at Boulder High, and I'm looking to study economics or statistics at a East Coast school. And one thing I love to do in my community is volunteer at the Boulder Public Library.
I'm Lucy. I am also a senior at Boulder High. Next year I'm hoping to go to the East Coast to study zoology on a pre-vet track. In my free time, I love doing theater, and I love working with kids, and I'm a camp counselor.
Red.
Thank you, Jancy. Thank you for having us today. A year and a half ago, we had a group from Tajikistan, and so this is the next Open World group. We appreciate you having us. I'm not going to introduce all of them, partly because their names are very complex and I can't say it, and partly because it would take a long time. These ladies and gentlemen are all from the Ministry of Education in Tajikistan, and it looks like your speaker today will be talking about education, so we look forward to hearing that. Oh, I forgot to say, for those of you who don't know anything about Dushanbe, Tajikistan, that's the city that brought us the tea house.
Hi, over there. This is Victoria Hall. Victoria and I met 20 years ago when she was a staff member with the YMCA in Kiev, and we were working there with those YMCAs in Ukraine, and she's been here in the United States now for 20 years. She came right afterwards, and she is married with 2 kids and works for Quest Valuation in Boulder. And we were talking, she clearly remembers Chernobyl and being evacuated as a child to one of the camps when they had to move 2 million people in 48 hours.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Kirsten Geisler. I am president of our Pottstown Rotary Club in Pennsylvania.
And I'm her husband, Len Geisler, also of the Pottstown Rotary Club as well, in Pottstown, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour east of Philadelphia, or west of Philadelphia, excuse me.
My name is George Sayeda. I'm at the Philadelphia Rotary Club. I'm on the board there, I'm on the foundation there, and I just commend you people for the membership you have here. We're trying to figure our way through. We got about 70, 80 members now. We're trying to build it up, but once again, congratulations to you guys.
So I'm here with my guest, Joseph Asenga, who was at the last minute unable to join me.
What's your name?
Paul Jurdy.
Okay.
But not to be daunted. I am mentoring Joseph. He's a Watson Scholar from Tanzania, and he is a medical school graduate, and he is working on a project and program to foster or develop a new way of delivery and focus on maternal health in his country. And I think he's got some brilliant ideas. He was hoping to be here today, and given the fact that they're not here very long, I wanted to introduce him in absentia, so that any of you that might have knowledge about or interest in that area, I will get him here, if not next week, the week after. But would love to have people just aware of the work that he is doing, and if there are thoughts about resources that he could tap into and so forth, I would appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Welcome to you all, including the one that's not here.
Wait, one more.
Oh. One more.
So it's my pleasure to introduce Mark Wallach. He was a developer, had a large company in New York who took 19th century buildings there, and they start at a height limit where Boulder prohibits buildings and move up from there. And he made those buildings into livable spaces. He's moved to Boulder, and he is running for the Boulder City Council. And also, he's maybe interested in joining Rotary, so talk to him afterwards. Thank you much.
Anyone else I overlooked that isn't here? All right. So, some of you already know this, some of you don't, but tomorrow morning we're having a community service project from 9 to 11, and it's a Boulder Creek cleanup, but as I understand it, rather than cleaning up litter and that sort of thing, we're going to be trimming out emerald ash trees and some other species along the Boulder Creek path to clean it up. And Nate from the city of Boulder is our fearless leader tomorrow. All tools and gloves and everything are provided to the volunteers free of charge. So if you want to join us in the morning, show up at the Justice Center parking lot a little before 9. Next up, Nancy Chin Wagner has something she'd like to say as soon as she finishes drinking her water about our signature event.
I got 15 minutes, right? Okay. Can I move this? I don't want to mess up. Hi there, everybody. Just in case you don't know me, my name is Nancy Chin Wagner. I'm also on the board here. And guess what? I'm so excited again. I'm working with Kitty on the gala. It's a fundraiser, the Gold and Bold Gala. All right? You got that? Golden. It's similar to this color, but it's worth a lot more money. Anyway, the reason I'm up here is because our fundraiser is going to be on February 8th, 2020 And I have the pleasure working with Kitty, who is chairing this, and I'll be collecting the money. So I'm good friends with Michael Weatherwax because he knows that I can be out there and helping you join our golden review here and get everybody involved with our gala on February 8th. It's going to be at the St. Julian, and we have plenty of room for sponsors. So can I do the sponsor like really quick? Yeah. Okay, thank you. All right, so we got a couple of we got a gold sponsor for $5,000. Not yet. So if you want to raise your hand and talk to me later, I'd be happy to talk to you. We have a silver sponsor for $2,500. Both of those is a table of 10, and you're going to get publicity. Who else can give you a lot of publicity? By mouth, by marketing materials, and placement at the St. Julian. Next, we have a bronze sponsor for $1,000. That's for 4 tickets at the gala. And we also have plenty of copper sponsorship for $250, which I already have people on that already. And that's $500. So every week now, you're going to hear me or Kitty or just talk to you, not necessarily up here, but as I mingle, and you guys know I mingle a lot. So bring your checkbooks, bring your smiles, and let's have a good time for this great fundraiser for the Boulder Rotary. Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy. Housekeeping detail for next week. Pretty important, though. We're not meeting here. We're meeting across the street at the Avalon. So make sure that it'll be published in the Rib, too. So you don't have to, tie a string around your finger just yet. Our next announcement involves peace, 4th graders, and publishing. Jancy Campbell is going to explain how that all fits together.
Well, the most important thing to tell you is that Boulder Rotary has published a book. And to let you know a little bit more about it, I'm going to just read the very, very brief foreword because you'll see how it's been working into our centennial project. Celebrating its 100th anniversary, the Boulder Rotary Club developed a special area of mindfulness in the community, a space that would generate thoughts about peace in our everyday lives and peace on earth. The project, the Infinite Walk of Peace, is an area adjacent to Boulder Public Library. It is a space that reaches the senses from the sound of the rushing creek to the smell of nature, to the touch of words and textures, to Boulder Sister City Plaza. In planning, Boulder Rotary sought the thoughts about peace from great minds throughout history, and also the thoughts from our young next generation. So we were very fortunate to get 4th grade students with the help of the Whittier International Elementary School, their historian. And so for the 3 4th grade classes, 40 students wrote what they thought about peace, and you can't believe their words. It's unbelievable. This book is available on Amazon, and just to think, it occurs to me that it would be a wonderful Thanksgiving present to sit at everyone's place. It would make a wonderful stocking gift. And for every copy that's sold, Boulder does make a small profit. Also, and I'm going to put this out on the table, we have a thank you that came from the students from Whittier, and it's a thank you to Boulder Rotary for giving them the opportunity to be able to write these words. So, thank you.
Thank you, Jancy, and well done. It's on the back of your announcements, but this coming next Thursday is World Polio Day, which is big for Rotary International because If you haven't been to one of our recent meetings, then I'll tell you we're this close. But also I'd like to remind you, in honor of our District Governor Kurt Harris, he's riding for polio, so maybe that's a way you can donate to the cure by sponsoring him on his ride in November. Raffle winner. Get those tickets out, because the winning number is 8386804. All right. Congratulations, Coyote. Yes, thank you. Thank you for humoring me. All right. I want to compliment you for just at least having the courage to try and explain school finance in Colorado in 20 minutes. I think that takes some guts. So, today's birthdays being hosted by Frank Deck.
So George is out of town again. Unfortunately, we don't have a whole lot of time, so I'm just going to go ahead and pass the mic right over to Wayne here so he can say a little something.
Well, I got to thank Willie Knerman and Bob Stunkel for bringing me in 2017. And all I can say is I hope I can outlive the long delays of the telescope, James Webb, that has been delayed many, many times. Too many.
Thank you very much, Wayne. And thank you for your contribution to the Birthday Scholars Fund. They're back. We have a video this week from Daryl and Sally Brown.
Rotarians and guests, and thank you for being here today. Although All Hallows Eve is approaching, do not be afraid of President John. October is Rotary International's Economic and Community Development Month.
Tomorrow, October 19th, assembling at the Boulder Creek Path by the Justice Center at 9 a.m., you can join the group that will be clearing brush and ash tree saplings. Contact Nate or Charlotte for a last-minute sign-up.
World Polio Day is next Thursday, October 24th. Do you remember where you were when you received the vaccination?
I do.
Well, we know where we're going to be this Thursday at Peter and Mary Jean Ewing's house for their World Polio Day event from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. This will be a celebration of how far we've come and how much further we need to go. And we'll be watching the live stream of RI's World Polio program. RSV to Peter, please. We are this close.
I hope you all saw this in the daily camera. It's Lena Kotke and her reading partner, and they were caught just being too cute.
And on Monday, October 28th, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Museum of Boulder, sponsored by Boulder Reach, there is a National Immigration Day event. The event will feature panel discussions, short monologues created by the Modus Theater, and will cover issues of legal policy, settlement integration, and educational opportunities.
And mentors are needed for the CU Rotaract networking event, Friday, November 8th from 6 to 7 p.m. at the University Memorial Center, room 245. They are looking for Rotarians who have experience in medicine, business, finance, STEM research, and graphic design.
Come on out and support Rotaract.
Okay, serving humanity.
Ready.
I'm adding service above self.
Ready.
I really want to end polio and practice the four-way test in everything that I do.
Ready.
So the answer's not parquet, it's Rotary.
The flavor says Boulder Rotary. Next week's program, October 25th, is at the Avalon, and it's Reeves Brown, Building a Better Colorado.
At the Avalon.
Don't forget, we're going to see you there.
flying into the weekend, so say it with me now. Have a great weekend.
Wow. Thank you time. I want to thank Marty Evans for being our past president greeter this week and for being me last week. And I apologize to any of you if you were startled by Marty showing up here, but I had every confidence in her, and I was remiss for not letting you know in advance. I want to also thank Linda Davidson for being our red badge greeter, Glenn Lenzen, Sarah Amirani, and Sue Lounsbury for guest and visitor registration, Nancy Chin Wagner for being our raffle Rotary girl, and audio visual Fred Hull, Bob Taylor, John Lehman. And like the sign says, have a great weekend.